So yeah, next question. Should you sell a property before you buy, or should you buy a property before you sell? So someone's got a home to sell, should they go out there and find a property and offer on it and then sell theirs, or the other way around? What do you think?
It's a question that I think has been asked all of my career.
Yeah.
And I think there's always been the dilemma as to what to do first. I think at the moment, and one of the main reasons I would suggest selling before buying is that agents for the first time in many, many years, certainly most of my career, I don't ever recall agents asking the question of the buyer, what's their own circumstances. Top offer isn't the sole criteria that at a closing date a buyer's judged on. It's ability to perform, I think. So I think for me, whilst you can do either, it depends on your circumstances, and selling before buying puts you in a strong position, because one, you know what money you've got to play with. Two, give yourself a long entry date so you've got time to go out and find something. And three, I think it will invariably put you in a strong position with when you do find a house you want to buy, where your offer will certainly be looked at very least on a par, if not ahead of those that are still to sell.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think in a competitive market, having the an edge over the other people, or at least being on a par with the other people offering, is really important. And if you have sold, being transparent with your buyers, it will help relieve the pressure for you to have a quick turnaround with date of entry. People will understand if they're buying your house, you have to buy another one. It very rarely does it not work out that someone finds. So I always say take a leap of faith, because 9 times out of 10 it just does work out. So I think sell and then buy, it puts you in the best position for your purchase.
I completely agree, and it's nice that you both do as well. I think it just puts you in the best position. You've got to look after yourself as the seller, put you first, get your property sold. You know exactly, as you've said, how much you've got to play with then, and how much you can offer on the next property. You're in a more powerful position because you're sold and you're proceedable and ready to move through. And quite often people say to me, but what if I don't find? You will normally, always, 9 times out of time, 10 find. Or will I have to go into rented? No, we'll just keep the buyer there until you're in a position. We'll set expectations with the buyer that you are out and about looking. We'll keep communication up so you know exactly what the seller's doing, and what they're viewing, and that kind of stuff.
I think one of the reasons that people quite often will say I don't want to do it that way is because I can't see the house I want to buy. I think every buyer will never buy the house that's got the 10 items on their wish list. Every house that they buy will always be a compromise on that wish list. So, I do think that, exactly as you've suggested, Robin, is that you will always find something. I've yet to find somebody that hasn't found a house. It might not be their first choice, but even if you had sold, you tailed off selling and had bought first, the house you buy will never tick, in the vast percentage of cases, all 10 items in your wish list.
Buying a property is compromise. There's always going to be, and it's just working out what that compromise is going to be. You can never have everything. Very rarely, sometimes you do, but very rarely you get everything on that tick list.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's one of those as well. Sometimes you'll have someone that's lost out in a couple of properties until they find the right property, and that always ends up in the one they're the happiest without the ones. Things just, I think you have a different mindset when you're like, I need to find what are my must-haves now and what actually can I compromise on, and it might open up properties you hadn't even considered before you sold.
That's great.